So even after going undefeated 38-0 and winning back-to-back national championships, the Georgia Bulldogs come into season number 5 as the number 5 team in the nation. We end the regular season 14-2 in conference, 27-3 overall. We don't repeat going undefeated, but the team still had an amazing year. We will go on to win our 4th straight SEC championship, 95-78 over Alabama. We will once again be the number 1 overall seed, taking on 16-seeded Lamar. We will win that game in deciding fashion, 166. And in the second round, we would take on SEC foe Tennessee and Tim Pace, who had the game of his life, going for 36-13. And the Sweet 16 will be just as easy as we easily get past the Illini, 86-65. The Elite 8 would get a little tougher as we had to go into free basketball, that's right, overtime, as we beat the Gonzaga Zags 100-94. We would have another close call in the Final Four against the Maryland Terps. We only win this game by 6, 86-80. And then lastly, in the national championship games, we win in convincing fashion, 92-75, as we get the win over the Oregon Ducks. And both of our 4-year senior guys who were leading the team, Tyson Butts and Tim Pace, go for 20+ as they ride off in the sunset and in their college career in style. We end the season with a 3-peat, winning our 3rd straight national championship. We win both national and conference coach of the year. Tim Pace is somehow the only all-conference performer we have. With both Tyson Butts and Tim Pace leaving for the NBA, that is the end of an era here for UGA basketball, as they were a part of a Big 4 recruiting class that ultimately bought us 3 national championships. Checking on these guys into their NBA careers, and Sam Gay went on to have a pretty solid career. He would average 18.2 points. He still wouldn't grab a lot of rebounds, but he would get you those blocks. He had a career high of 59 points in the game, and even him and Gomer Church would team up in the NBA, but they would not have that same success. At this point in his career, he's a 4-time All-Star, 2-time second-team All-NBA, 1-time third-team, and he was also a first-team All-Rookie. Gomer Church will also have a pretty solid career, averaging 17 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal. And Gomer Church was a volume shooter in college, and he would never quite learn the game of efficiency in the NBA either. Church will go on to score a career high of 42 points, and he will also become an NBA champion and a 3-time All-Star. Now, when it came to Tyson Butts' NBA career, he was a slow starter, but once he got it going, he kind of never looked back. He was always better as a 2 or 3 option, and he always played on pretty much competitive teams. He would go on to average 15.5 points a game with almost 5 rebounds, 2 assists, almost 1 steal, and 0.3 blocks a game. His career high in points would be 49, and he also had a career high in steals with 6. He would go on to make 1 NBA All-Star team, as well as making the 3rd team All-NBA in that same season. Now, as many of you predicted, Tim Pace was the best player from this team. He ended up being the number 1 overall pick. His career high is 51 points per game, and he's been an absolute dog since he stepped on the NBA floor, averaging 25 points, 8.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, almost 2 blocks a game. He got a steal per game. So far, 10 years into his NBA career, 2 MVP trophies, 8 All-Stars, 8 All-NBA first team, with just 1 All-NBA second team. He is the man, the myth, the legend, and looking like the bona fide GOAT. And did I mention he also won Rookie of the Year, while of course making the first team All-Rookie as well. From the worst team in the SEC, to devastating losses to our rivals, to the 4 recruits that believed in what we were trying to build in Athens, to heartbreaking losses in the Final Four, to persevering through the hard times and finally getting over the hump, to doing it again and again. And what we did here in Athens can never be forgotten.